Hi, I'm John Beckord from Forward Janesville. Today I have Dan Cunningham from the staff here at Forward Janesville. He's our Vice President of Government Relations. And I've asked Dan to come in and talk about the highway project that has occupied a lot of your time over the last few years. And some things have developed here in the last few weeks, and I thought it'd be a good chance for you to update our viewers on where that project is.
Sure, it's a really exciting project, and we're starting to see a lot of good progress there. So I think it's going to be a really good thing for this community. The expansion of Interstate 3990 from 4 lanes from the state line to Madison, including an 8-lane section from Racine Street to Milton Avenue.
Oh, 8 lanes right in the heart of the
That's
Janesville.
right.
Okay.
That's right, and it's a newer development. I know this was always in play, but now I think that's being finalized. So that's exciting. Another thing that's exciting is the Racine Street interchange itself. One of the major gateway points into the city of Janesville, certainly with Palmer Park and some other things. That interchange is going to be reconstructed when the weather breaks next spring. And get ready for roundabouts, folks, because it's going to be a roundabout interchange. And it's going to be wide enough to handle the truck traffic that's going to be going into Blaine Supply and some of the other manufacturers and businesses down on that end of Racine Street. So it's going to be a very interesting project. I think people will get used to roundabouts. It might take them a couple times going through, but I was in a place last weekend that had roundabouts, and you get used to them very quickly. So I think it's going to be an interesting thing for this community. The DOT is really committed to roundabouts, so I would predict we're going to see more along those interchanges on the reconstructed interstate.
And the DOT is the one driving that decision.
That's correct. They did have workshops and public meetings where the public was invited to give input on what they liked, whether it be a diamond interchange or a roundabout. And eventually the roundabout option was chosen because it's safer. You get lower speed incidents. I mean, if there's going to be an accident, people are already going slow, so your incidents are going to be more minor, and the cost is actually a little bit lower to do roundabouts. So that's exciting. Another thing I would mention, the federal government has come through and passed another reauthorization of the federal highway bill, which means some funding certainty for the state in terms of what they're going to get back from Washington in terms of federal highway dollars, $1.4 billion over the next 2 years. What that does is it allows the DOT to do its proper planning. How are you going to plan anything if you don't know how much money you're getting, even in your daily budget? So the same goes for WSDOT. So getting this funding certainty is really important for them in terms of making plans and moving forward on this project. So
when will we see activity starting? The Racine interchange starts next
year,
spring.
next spring.
But there's a sequence of additional work that's already laid out?
I don't think that's quite been finalized yet. The project's going in segments, so you've got 3 segments along the 45 miles. There will be activity in all 3 sections simultaneously. They're going to try to keep, at most times, 2 travel lanes open in both directions. There will be limited closures at night and during low traffic hours. And I would expect really the big dig, so to speak, to begin in 2015. So the following year is really when things are going to get started there. So you can forget our names in 2015.
And what is the current price tag or the estimate for the price tag on this project?
It's been anywhere from $700 million all the way to $1 billion, and even points beyond $1 billion. So it's certainly an expensive project, but when you look at what Illinois' done now, they're even extending it all the way to the state line. So the bottleneck will be actual at the end of this summer when it goes 3-lane down to 2. So this is a very badly needed project in this area, and the state agrees, and they're going full steam ahead on this.
All right. Well, thanks for the update, Dan. Is there any other thing you want to talk about?
Oh, there's always some stuff, but we've got time for a whole other video on some of this other stuff. So
check back for more. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.